What's going on? Big A, the Manky Geek, coming at you with another video. And today I saw Captain Marvel, the new film from Marvel Studios, the 21st installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Boy, what have I got to say about this film, man? Things went crazy with this film because you weren't allowed to say anything bad about it. Apparently, not liking any of the marketing or promotion for the movie meant that you're automatically a troll or whatever other internet slur someone wanted to call you or something like that. And it just got weird. People were defending this film before they'd seen it. It's like, if you think it looks cool, great, good for you. If you don't think it looks cool, then what's the problem? That's two people with two different opinions. It doesn't mean one's right or one's wrong really until the film comes out. And even then, who gives a damn anyway? If you like it, great. If you don't, cool. Like, someone saying that they don't like something that you like doesn't mean that they're just trying to destroy your entire world. I don't know why people took it like that. Apparently, things that are negative can be brigaded, but positive things can't be brigaded as well to kind of make scores higher and things and stuff like that. I don't know why people are acting as if that's never happened before when that's clearly not the truth. But yeah, just so weird, like the whole promotion of the thing, like all the trailers felt flat. None of it didn't have the same sense of fun. It never felt like they were selling the movie. It felt like they were trying to sell an agenda. That's what it got to at a certain point. It just felt that way, especially with the media kind of going, oh, everyone's on Rotten Tomatoes trying to get the score for Captain Marvel down. It's just trolls and all this kind of stuff. And that's when you really felt like they have a hand to play in this narrative that like everyone hates the movie just because there's like a woman at the center of it, which isn't true. There's loads of things that I like with women at the center of it. There's loads of anime that I watch, which isn't the kind of like pervy anime that's got women. Like I love Ghost in the Shell, Appleseed. There's bare things, man. Like Wonder Woman, I didn't think it was the be all and end all, but I thought it was pretty good in places, and I did enjoy it. Wonder Woman was also one of the best bits of BVS as well. So nuts, but. Yeah, let's get on to Captain Marvel, man, because I've been going on about other stuff. But yeah, Captain Marvel, went to see it. Saw it this morning, went to kind of an early screening. It starts off, oh, by the way, there's going to be spoilers because for this movie, like, I don't really care. Normally, I try not to do spoilers, but for this, I'm like, screw it. So it starts off with kind of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of fanfare, and it's like a Stan Lee tribute. So it got me because I wasn't expecting it to be that. I saw it like when the first few seconds of it kicking off, I saw his face once or twice and I thought it'd show all the other characters as well, like Black Panther, Black Widow, like Hawkeye, everyone else, Iron Man, Captain America, but it didn't. It was all different bits of Stan, and you could see some of his cameos like in the 3D letters where like it kind of comes out and then says Marvel Studios. And that was really nice. And then the screen went to black and then it said, "Thank you, Stan," which I thought was really cool. That was a great way to kind of start the movie, because this is the first MCU movie to be released since his death. Obviously, Spider-Verse not counting because it's not part of the MCU and it's Sony, but that was also a great movie as well. And I think that was great. And then we get into the movie, and all the stuff that takes place on the Kree capital planet, I think it's called Holla. That stuff was all right, you know, like Carol Danvers like waking up, training with like Jude Law, who's called what, Von Rog. I liked all that stuff. All the Star Force stuff was pretty cool. Like this whole like team. I wish we could have got to know that team more, but unfortunately we don't. We get them for a little bit. We see them on mission, and Carol gets caught and is kind of abducted by the Kree and trying to find a location to something. And yeah, she pretty much breaks free. Kind of uses her powers because she's not. It's established that she's kind of not quite in control of her powers. She's actually got some kind of inhibitor on like the back of her neck and that. And yeah, so when the Skrull catch her, she kind of breaks out, goes into a drop ship, and falls to Earth because they're near Earth when they're like scanning her mind to find out some information, and she just gets there, falls into that blockbuster. And then from there, the film is just a series of events. It's never really, I don't ever really feel it's about her. Like the last origin movie that we got was like Doctor Strange, And it felt like that movie was about something. Here's a guy who's hyper arrogant. He's the best at what he does because he's the best study. He's the best student. He's the best at learning. He knows how to put his mind to something and knows how the thing works inside and out. That's why he's such a good surgeon. And then that same thing gets applied to him learning the mystic arts, which is why Doctor Strange was such a good movie. He doesn't beat Dormammu because he's the greatest sorcerer ever. It's because he's a good student and he learned something and realized something about the time stone and how he could use it to beat Dormammu. He used his brain over everything else, and that's what made Doctor Strange wicked. Obviously all the wicked like magic stuff as well was on point, but that was such a good origin movie because it was about him not being particularly that good. There are multiple times in the movie where like he's trying to do things and like when he's doing like the shields with his hands and that, and they kind of like flicker on and off, stuff like that, until we get to the end of the movie and he's actually quite competent. Great, classic hero's journey. In this movie, now she falls to Earth, kind of comes across Nick Fury when she's like on the blower to Jude Law, you know what I mean, trying to be like, yeah, come and pick me up and that. And then kind of through a series of events, she kind of finds out or starts to realize that she isn't really from Earth. Well, no, sorry, she isn't really Kree, and she's not from out there, and she has been to Earth before, and she had a whole life here, and she does start to find that stuff out. The Skrulls in the movie aren't actually the bad guys. They appear to be to begin with, but they're not. They're actually like the good guys, and the war between them and the Kree is kind of a lie. The Kree perspective, they say, oh, the Skrulls are taking over, yeah, this, that, and the other, whereas that's not the case at all. So yeah, there's not the beginning I really liked. The end was stronger than the middle, but I was just like, I don't. I mean, her and Fury going on this kind of like journey together to this project because there's this Dr. Lawson who turned out to be a Kree who's actually Marvel, and it's this woman. It's the same woman that she sees when she's talking to the Supreme Intelligence. She was a Kree and she's Marvel. So Marvel is in the movie, but it ain't your classic Marvel. It's a woman who's called Marvel, and it's not the Marvel you know at all. So I think that's going to disappoint a lot of kind of hardcore Carol Danvers kind of fans, or people who have been there for ages and been reading the comics and like know her history inside and out, because it's not faithful really to like who Carol is. Well, let's say who Carol is, who the Captain Marvel story, the legacy of Captain Marvel, I think we should probably call it. It's not faithful to that really. So yeah, that one was a bit weird. And the reason why the Skrulls are after her is because she's developed some faster than light drive or something like that. And she created it using the Tesseract. So, and that's cool, that's fine and everything, I get that. It's like, the Tesseract was like, okay, that makes sense that it showed up. But I don't know as to why, or maybe I missed something in the movie, but I could have sworn in Captain America, the First Avenger, when they find the Tesseract in the sea again after, obviously, Captain America is obviously in ice and stuff, and they can't find him. I'm sure that was Strategic Scientific, SSR, Strategic Scientific Reserve. Yeah, so they should already have it. So that should really be with S.H.I.E.L.D. already. I don't understand why. Maybe it was on loan, I don't know, but it makes no sense that it was with this Project Pegasus unless S.H.I.E.L.D. loaned it out to them. I'm not even sure if they, I can't work it out, maybe I missed something, I don't know, but someone tell me if S.H.I.E.L.D. did loan it out to Project Pegasus, because I could have sworn that early S.H.I.E.L.D., Strategic Scientific Reserve, had the Tesseract for ages, since they found it in the sea. Howard Stark found it in the sea when they were looking for Captain America. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure I'm right on that, I'm like 90% certain. So yeah, Marvel developed this faster than light drive, and the Kree actually appeared to stop her. And essentially, Carol Danvers gets her powers by blowing up the faster than light drive, which had the Tesseract in it, and it explodes. She absorbs it. What they do not establish is to how she's able to absorb all that power and survive, because again, in Captain America: The First Avenger, what we see is they use the power of the Tesseract, the Hydra use the power of the Tesseract to create those energy weapons. So yeah, I can totally buy that. Tesseract essentially could give someone a crazy amount of energy, but how did she survive it? What is so special about Carol Danvers that enabled her to survive that explosion, absorb all that power? Because essentially her power taps into that of the Tesseract, and I don't know as to how she's able to survive. Give me a reason, you know what I mean? You've built all these worlds, you've done all these rules and say this is how this works, this is what this does, these different things do this. How is she able to survive it? You know what I mean? I wish they'd established that. There must be something about her as to why she was able to absorb all that and not die. But they never say as to what it is. She just gets absorbed and that's it. And yeah, we find that out in like flashback back. We find out that it was Von Rog, I think that's what he's called, who killed Marvel in front of Carol. And then yeah, once she absorbed all the power, she was knocked out, and he took her back to the Kree capital planet. And yeah, once she finds that out, she finds out that the Skrulls were the good guys and that. And then it kind of just descends into like Jude Law arriving and then being like, oh, you know that I kind of double crossed you, and that you know that I was really evil, and that the Kree Empire lied about the war with the Skrulls. Oh, I'm gonna fight you now. And that's what it pretty much descends into, a fight. And then she sends him back to the Kree to holler, saying, oh, well, I'm gonna let everyone know that this war's fake. Off you go, see ya. And there's a part where she destroys like the accusers. The accusers come, Ronan, it's actually Ronan the accuser, sends all these missiles down to Earth, and like, she just destroys them all. And it was just so, this film is so flat, it's so flat. And I don't know what it is about it. It's like, even Carol herself, there's one bit where she's like falling to Earth, and this is like in the third act, and she's falling to Earth, and she's like, she doesn't quite know what to do, but she just closes her eyes, and then all of a sudden she's just like flying and that, and I'm like, come on now, like, she did a Ray, essentially. She just closed her eyes, and all of a sudden she's super powerful and blasting everything, and I'm just like, there was no progression. It was just like she took her inhibitor off, and then all of a sudden it's just like pam, 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 I'm flipping awesome. But yeah, it felt very by the numbers. It felt like watching a kid colouring a colouring book. And it just felt like that. Oh, here's the funny moment. Oh, here's this. Here's a joke about this thing from the 90s. Here's some 90s music. Here's a poster of Babe and Blockbusters. There's a standee for Arnold Schwarzenegger in True Lies. Like, everything I felt by the numbers. Oh, look, they put a CD in to listen to this thing. Oh, it's loading up. It's taking ages. Ha ha ha. Stuff like that. And I just think the bare bones of the story there is good, but I just don't think they did enough with it. Like, it just felt like so flat. And I wanted to love it. I wanted it to be great. I wanted it to prove me wrong. I love being wrong. Like, when I went to see Alita Battle Angel, and I thought, this is gonna be shit. This is gonna be so crap. Like, I cannot wait to take the piss out of it. And then I was there watching it going, wow, I can't actually insult this movie in any way. Yes, there are one or two things about it that I can say I didn't particularly like, but most of that movie is good. There's only a few things that I can nitpick to go, I didn't like. This didn't do that at all. This was very flat, very by the numbers. This version of Nick Fury I kind of like, but by the end of the movie, he kind of becomes like the secrets Nick Fury, how he's always like, he's not telling everyone the full truth about things. Essentially, he loses his eye in this movie as well. A cat scratches out Goose, but Goose is actually an alien cat thing called a Flarkin or something like that. And yeah, it scratches his eye out, and that's how he loses his eye. And also, he originally calls the Avengers Initiative the Protector Initiative or Protectors Initiative. And then he sees, like, he's got a file with like all the Carol Danvers old stuff in there. And yeah, what he does is he sees that it says her call sign was Avenger, so it says Carol Avenger Danvers. So he's like, oh, the Avengers Initiative. But you see him type it, but they don't show the screen. And then obviously you get the Avengers theme, and you're like, oh, okay, I know what's going on there. But yeah, overall, it's just so like, Ben Mendelsohn was really good though. Jude Law was really good. So was Samuel L. Jackson. Brie Larson, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't know. But we did get a scene. The first mid-credit scene is for Avengers: Infinity War, and it's your first appearance of Carol Danvers. And like, it's a bit weird the way it ends, but I'm just pumped to see more Avengers, and that's like a month away, just over a month. Well, just over a month away, like 5-6 weeks away, and I can't wait to see that. But is this film worth your money? Ultimately, I'd say you can actually skip this one. Like, there's nothing in there that you need for Infinity War at all. Like, if I didn't see this and I saw Infinity War, all you need to be told is that Carol Danvers left Earth in 1995, hasn't been back. Nick Fury has a pager that she actually made the pager for him. She actually put that extra bit on it. It was like, oh, you can contact me X amount of galaxies away. That's all you need to know. She got off ages ago to help the Skrull to find them a new home and to take out like the Kree Empire and that. That's all that happens. There's nothing in this movie that happens that is important to Endgame at all. So if anyone tells you that, they're a lie. Yeah, like I said, I don't think this film's worth the money. And I wanted this film to be good. I wanted it to be good. I'm not even joking. But I don't know. I think there's a good story there. But they didn't do it right, man. They did not do it right at all. And then the very last credit scene, post-credit scene, is just the Goose the Cat throwing up the Tesseract onto Nick Fury's desk. So, yeah, that's Captain Marvel. I'm pretty sure I've said everything I feel about it. Clark Gregg wasn't in it, enough for me. I like that it was like young Coulson. And I guess this is supposedly his first experience of what I think S.H.I.E.L.D. called an 084, which is kind of like a space alien related events. But Coulson isn't really there for that, so he didn't really experience it himself. So I guess you can still say that Thor was his first kind of interaction with alien life. But yeah, he's actually not in it a lot. Neither is Ronan the Accuser. They're not in it a lot. Star Force aren't in it a lot. Gemma-chan was actually pretty good. She was really good. I wish we could have actually seen more of Minerva. But yeah, I'd have to put this on the pile, but yeah. So anyway, let me know if you've seen it or plan on seeing it. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one. And I'm finishing up because my battery's about to run out, and I don't want to have to put in another battery. So, but anyway, yeah, do all those things, do all the things. Notifications are important because YouTube are trying to kill me. That's what it feels like anyway. And I will catch you on the next one. Peace.